Hi everyone, my name is Cecil Capture. I'm a life coach with CK Life Transformation Coaching. Today in this video, I'm going to share with you 13 things that mentally strong people don't do. Yay! Today we are coming back with mental health because it's really important this time because it's important for us to realize that we need to consciously direct our attention to whatever is important to us. Because so many distractions out there and it's really a constant choice and reminder to self. So for years now, I help my client get clarity and then I lead them through journey of becoming their best self. And all this go down to developing a strong mental attitude that will lead them to manage their personal resources effectively while using other tools also that I share with them to give life to what they really want in their life. And what I'm calling personal resource is really about your time, your attention, and everything else that can help you to focus your energy into what's really important to you. So now in this video, I'm going to share with you those 13 things that if you really decide right now to invest some time in cultivating them as a habit, not all of them, in fact, most of them, if you will, so it will really help you to make a difference and you will move forward in your life with much ease. In fact, reaching your greatest potential doesn't require you to work harder, but instead to work smarter by discontinuing or interrupting altogether anything that is distracting you or weighting you down to focus your attention to what makes the difference in your own life. When I'm saying this, it's not about something that is maybe money. It's not about anything that is not right now like material object. It could be also something that will give you joy. And something that will weight you down is something that make you sad, or something that is not even something that is important to you, but which will distract you on the way of focusing in really giving your attention and focus into what is important to you. So let's dive in. Here are the 13 things. The first one is to waste time feeling sorry for themselves. Really, they don't give a damn on this. Spending time exaggerating your misfortune and keeping score of how many hardships you endure, whether you are struggling financially or experiencing a serious health concern, throwing a pity party only makes things worse. Self pity keeps you focused on the problem and prevent you from even giving your undivided attention towards a potential solution. Challenges are inevitable in life, but feeling sorry for yourself is a choice. Even when you can't solve a problem, you can choose to control your attitude and instead choose to direct it into finding few things, even three things that you are really grateful for in your own life. Because two contrary ideas can be sustained in your mind. The mind cannot sustain two things, one is negative and one is positive. When you choose to lean into what is positive, it goes towards that. And if you choose instead to dwell in what is negative, it will lead also towards that. So the choice is really important here. So choose to be grateful instead of feeling sorry for yourself. And the second step is about giving away their power. It's impossible to feel like a victim and be mentally strong. That is really not impossible. If you are taught, send you into a victim mode, like maybe my kids drive me crazy or my boss makes me feel bad about myself, you are handing away your power to them. No one has control over the way you think, the way you feel, or the way you behave. Instead, I always advise people to rationalize consciously what you can change and change your perspective. Choices, choosing what makes you maybe like make what makes you feel better about yourself, choosing the word that makes you feel good about yourself. For example, instead of saying, I have to work harder today, or I have to work late today, it's important to shift it into something like, I choose to work late. I choose to stay late. Something like that. It will make you feel a little better about yourself. Maybe There is consequence on if you don't work late, but it's still a choice because you can choose also otherwise even to quit that job if it's necessary for your well-being. So empowering yourself is an essential, it's really essential to creating the kind of life you want. The third step is about resisting change. If you worry that change will make things worse for you, you will stay stuck in your old ways. The world is changing, everyone is changing, and your success depends on your ability to adapt in these days. So the more you practice tolerating distress from various sources, perhaps taking a new job or living in an unhealthy relationship, the more confident you become in your ability to adapt and create positive change in your own life. And then the next step is about squandering your energy on things you can't control. Complaining, worrying, and wishful thinking don't solve anything. They only waste your energy. If you invest the same energy towards what you can control, you will feel much more prepared to whatever life throws at you. Pay attention to the times when you are tempted to worry about things you can't control, such as the choice other people make or the way they behave. Devote that energy instead to something more small productive. Accept situations you can't that are beyond your control and focus on influencing others rather than controlling people around you. And the next step is about worrying about pleasing everyone. Being nervous on of other criticizing your latest endeavor or how you, or attending maybe something and skip or avoid a guilt trip from your loved one, trying to make people happy drains you really because that effort, that mental strength, it's causing you to lose sight on your own plan in life. Making choice that disappoint or upset other takes courage for sure. But living an authentic life requires you to act according to your value. And it's important to act according to to your own value because that is what you believe in. That is what is makes sense to you. And it's important also to take some time to uncover what you really value in life. Write down your top 5 values and focus your energy on staying true to them, even if it doesn't, even if your choices aren't met with favor from other people, because you will always, the only person that will take you to the end is only you. Other may be unhappy for a while, but they would come along somehow. And the next step is about fear of taking risk. If something seems scary, you may not take risk, even if it is a really teeny one or even a small thing. So, but if you are excited about a new opportunity, you may overlook a big risk and move ahead. Emotion cloud your judgment and interfere with your ability to accurately calculate the risk. You can become extraordinary without taking chances, but a successful outcome depends on your ability to take the right risk. Acknowledge how you are feeling about a certain risk and recognize how your emotion influences your thought. Create a list of the pro and con of taking the risk to help you make a decision based on a balance of emotion and logic. Because you can't just base on logic and you can't just base also on emotion. It needs to be balanced. Because, for example, you won't marry someone just because of your logic is telling you where to, you have to feel something. So it's important to decide, taking in account how you feel about the thing and how you also think about to be in balance is the way to go. So the seventh step is about dwelling in the past. While learning from your past helps you build mental strong, ruminating is harmful. Constantly questioning your past choices or romanticizing about the good old days keeps you from both enjoying the present and even making your future as good as it can be. Make peace with your past and let it go. Drop it. Sometimes doing so will involve you forgiving someone who hurt you. And other times, moving forward means letting go of regret or shame or whatever it may be for you. But You don't need to weight yourself down. Your future deserve your full attention. Really, rather than reliving your past, work through the painful emotion that keeps you stuck. And the next step is about repeating their mistake. Whether you felt embarrassed when you gave the wrong answer in class or you were scolded for messing up, you may have learned that at you may have learned at a young age that mistakes are bad. So you may hide or excuse your mistake to bury the shame associated with them, and doing so will not help you to have the takeaway lesson that you will have learned from them. Whether you forgot an important meeting or deadline or whatever it is, really view each misstep as an opportunity for growth. Set aside your pride and humbly evaluate why you got off, because you could lose that knowledge and move forward better than before. And the next step is about resenting other people's successes. Watching a coworker receive a promotion, hearing a friend talk about their latest achievement, or seeing a family member achieving something you can afford can stir up mix of feeling of envy. But jealousy shifts the focus from your effort and with your ability of reaching your own goal. And you can't even gain on that, because writing down your definition of success is vital in this one. When you know what successful success means to you, because we all don't like the same thing at the same time. You may get inspired by someone's realization, but at the first, if they ask you what you really want, you may have not even think of that. So it's important to write your own definition of success. And when you feel secure in what in that definition, you will stop resenting others and for attaining their own goal, but you will rather stay committed to reaching yours. Because it's important also to recognize that when other people reach their goal, their accomplishment doesn't minimize your achievement. And the next step is about giving up after the first attempt, the first failure. Some people avoid failures at all costs because it's really damage their own self-worth. But not trying at all or giving up after your first attempt will prevent you from reaching your own potential. Every story about a weirdly successful person starts with tale of failure, repeated even. Facing your fear of defeat heads on and by stretching yourself off to your limit, even when you feel embarrassed, rejected, or ashamed, holding your head high and refuse to let lack of success define you and your person is the way to go. Because focus on improving your skill and be willing to try again after you fail. Because you can become an expert without even trying. Failure is just discovering a way that you don't have to attend at the first place. So when you fail, really gather every strength that you have and become creative and discover another way to move forward instead of giving up. And the next step is about fearing alone time. Alone time is very important. Solitude can sometimes feel unproductive for some people. The thought of being alone with their thought is downright scary. Most people avoid silence by filling their day with so much activity and background noises. But alone time is really essential to build mental strength. Because when you carve time, like 10 minutes each day, to gather your thought without distraction, and you use that time to reflect on your progress and create new goals for your future, and maybe even seeing a better way to do something much easier and even better the next time. It's those are the time that you have the opportunity to reflect on them and to discover a better way to do things differently and even to enjoy yourself, because life is about all of that. When you create an intimacy with yourself, it's really important because you don't crave people, you enjoy people, but you are also better off alone than always being surrounded by people. The next step is about that the world owes you something. We would like to think that if you put enough hard work or tough in it's out towards something, maybe like tough through bad time, maybe you have so many bad strong hardship happening to us, or maybe you work hard into achieving something, then we deserve success or we deserve whatever is better. But waiting for the world to give you what you think you are owed isn't a really productive life strategy. It's important to take note of sometime that when we feel as though we deserve something better, that something better, and intentionally direct that focus on all things that we can give rather than what we think that something or someone deserve or we deserve, regardless of whether uh, you think you felt you've been dealing with so many things that life is not fair or whatever it is for you, you have gift to share with others. And pondering those things and just really looking into way that you can even contribute or make the world a better place. And this doesn't always be like something that is financially. It could be a smile that you give to someone. It could be anything, even a word of appreciation that you just stare the greatness in someone else and just make it his day, or even smiling at someone. That's also something that is really a gift, because when you smile at someone, you give the person an opportunity to distract himself from where he was in his thought at that time. And it's really life changing for someone. It just gives them clarity to move toward the next step with much more ease than what where they was. And the last step is about expecting immediate result. Self-growth develop in is really developing self-growth is a process and it can take some time. So in fact, you didn't get because in fact we didn't get where we are today overnight. Whether you are trying to shed your the procrastination tendency or improve your life, expecting instant result is really lead you to disappointment, because think of your effort as a marathon, not a sprint. View bump in the road as minor setback rather than total roadblock. You will need all the mental strength that you can master at some point of your life. You will need all the mental strength, really, because whether it's a financial hardship or a major health problem, mental strength will give you the resilience to push through the challenges. And the great news is that everyone can strengthen his or her mental muscle. Practice being your own mental strength coach. That is what it's all about here. Paying attention to the area in which you are doing well and figure out where you need some improvement and create opportunity for growth, and then challenge yourself to become a little better today than you were yesterday. Because perfectionist is a thief of anything that you want to progress on. Because looking at perfection, you will not get anywhere, you will not even progress, or you will not even notice the little progress that you are doing. So it's important to understand that we are just looking for progress, not perfection. And you just focus on making today better than what you were where you were yesterday. So I will complete this video with this Osho quote, which is saying that if you impose a discipline in yourself, you will become a slave. The discipline has to arise out of your own awareness. Then you become a master. In other words, discipline emerges from you when you cultivate self-awareness of your own habit and their effect on you and others. So thank you for watching this video, and I will appreciate you sharing your thought in the comment, especially if you have some idea for topic that you would like to see me develop as a video next time. I will very much appreciate that. And also, if you can take some time to share with me what is the action or something that was really like that was really valuable to you, or something that you are looking forward into implementing after watching this video, I would also appreciate. And again, thank you for your support by subscribing to this channel if you haven't. And also Please share this channel with anyone or loved one that you see, that you feel that this information that I'm sharing here could benefit them in some kind of way. I love you very much. I appreciate you and really see you the next time in my next video. Thank you again.